right. All right, so we got it. Now, in the case that I did not get Deadly Flourish here, um, what you have to do is usually just purposely kill yourself. Now, why kill yourself instead of quitting? Well, because in Hades, when you quit, it just starts off from the point from before you left, and actually all the boons that you're going to get and the pact of punishment that removes your boons is all predetermined um, before you even start. So it literally you're gonna get the same thing over and over again if you just quit and then try to play again. So what you have to just do is purposely kill yourself so you can change your chances. Just a small thing, so you know when you're trying to get through with the packs. But you see how quickly I can just go through these rooms now because boom, melted. The follow-up damage you get from the special with the Chiron bow is just too amazing. Do I want to be risky and go for a Portal of Chaos? I usually say no. If you're trying to be safe on the safe side, you're not gonna actually usually get too much extra from Chaos. I don't think Chaos really gives you anything too fancy in the long run, and honestly, it's not really worth the health decline often. If there is a time to do it though, your best time is always to do it in Tartarus. So I'm just not trying to go for that right now though. So yeah, my build right now is primarily based off of trying to get as much critical damage off. So after in this room, I really hope to get the marked for death because I'm doing a lot of critical damage already. So I can just increase my critical damage overall. And no. Ready to get Deadly Strike. Now, I don't want to use Deadly Strike on a bow because I already have good critical damage, right? I instead actually want to get the Poseidon boon that does knockback damage because I want to keep them away out of my range so I can keep on attacking them and they don't get too close to me so I don't have to reposition myself. So I'm just going to go for clean kill here just to do a bit more critical damage. And you see how it just melts them with their armor on. It doesn't matter. That's how much damage you can do with this. Two more with the Deadly Flourish. Alright, so we got Sisyphus. I generally say unless it's a really good boon or you're just super low on health and you need to go for a shop to get health or for a Centaur Heart to get health, you should just always go for the rooms that have Sisyphus, Eurydice, or Patroclus because they just give too much valuable stuff. Now, Sisyphus, because I'm doing fine right now, I'm at full health, I'm just gonna go for cash. Generally, if I'm doing fine, I just always go for cash. If you're not doing fine, go for healing. There's not really a point in getting darkness because I mean, like, unless you know you're gonna die that that run and you think you're just doing bad, then just go for darkness just to get something out of it. But again, I'm showing you a run, but I'm going to win. So, um, knock on wood. um, yeah, I'm just gonna go for cash instead. Kind of hoping for a dataless hammer soon because I really want to get that now, so I don't have to wait on trying to get it later. Ah, took 3 damage. I literally gain 3 HP more when I leave the room. Now, right now, I am confident with beating the bosses. If you're low health, the tactic is usually to evade the room, but sometimes often you'll be forced to have to fight it eventually. So if you were low health, you would hope that you would get health here and then um go here. But I feel like I'm fine right now. Um, so I'm comfortable fighting the boss right now. And this is probably the best boss you can get, because they're easy to not take damage. You just keep on use your double dashes and you won't take damage, unless you're just being stupid like I was and not dashing. And you shouldn't take any damage most of the time from these bosses because there's just two of them. Um, Ignore that stupid little error I made. And yeah. Okay. Um, I'm going for this because it's an epic. Also because I needed it for the for the quest. So you see the mobility I get from a double dash though? It's just so much better than just one dash all the time. Checking the room to make sure I didn't miss any more vases. Mm. Okay, Daedalus Hammer. Always go for that. I'm not even gonna try to mess with that got Battle of the Gods right there because I'm going to get a Daedalus. If you see a Daedalus in Tartarus, always go for it. There's no reason not to. Because again, you want to start getting your powerful stuff earlier on, so you struggle less. You have less opportunities for you to possibly waste a Death Defiance or whatever. So your greatest strength is going to come from your boons and whatever you get on your hammer. So you usually don't have the opportunity to get it multiple times too. So unless you get to like the last stage when you start having it being hammers sold to you, um, and that's assuming you make it that far. So and even if you do or don't, it's just better to go for that. Okay, so right now because I have a special based um build right here. Again, we're using the bow of Chiron, and I would either go for the relentless volley, so I fire more shots, or go for the special that does more damage per shot that connects. I was hoping for the other special that would allow me to do more damage for each special hit that connects, but this is fine too because it gives me plus more shots, so I'm fine with that. And I'm pretty sure now we're just going to go straight to the boss. There won't be any special rounds. Yep. Okay. So you see now by not spending any money earlier, I now have lots of money to spend now. There's two vases in there too. So I can get everything here. Um I always like how I like getting boons of Hermes early on if you can. It's not required, but to be honest, to beat the game, you're going to need a speed boost from Hermes in some capacity. Usually, hyper sprint is just enough to get you by. It's good enough to just keep you outrunning, especially when you get to the fight versus the Minotaur and Theseus. Oh my gosh, you desperately want a speed boost, and I know you guys might know what I'm talking about because they are the hardest non-final boss. Hades is the hardest boss in the game, obviously, duh. He's the final boss. He's your father. You escape hell, right? But the Minotaur and Theseus are so annoying, especially if you don't know what you do. And I'm going to cover that. But right now, and this is just my tips for getting out of Tartarus. Going to get the boon Ares and so Blood Frenzy can be okay if you know that you're going to probably die on the boss. That we can try to do more damage. But again, like you're only going to be using it the amount of times that you've used Death Defiance, and I don't really think it's usually the best thing. Slicing Shot is not bad at all, but I prefer to have the cast of Artemis, but I might not get it. So I'm just gonna go for Blood Frenzy, because again I'm trying to save my attack for a different god, hopefully. But I've got most of my bases covered here. You have to sometimes know when you need to get things so they don't waste a slot, and to get things to just have a slot that's just there that you know that is a better option so you can leave your slots empty. Because again, I just said that I'm probably not going to be using Death Defiance until I get to the very end. However, it's better that I have this rather than have it occupy my slot. Now, yes, there's the occasional chance that will happen is that there'll be a heroic swap for one of your slots, but it's uncommon. And so a lot of times if you equip a slot and it's already filled now on the left, you won't get any boons for that ever again, and you just limit yourself. And you don't want to limit yourself. That's why I said you want to get your better stuff earlier on. You don't want to get garbage in the beginning. So if we're talking about some of the boons of the goddess of love, which are a lot of them are just kind of bad. To be completely honest, no, I don't want to waste them on my attack or my special slot. So I'm just go for Blood Frenzy. You just have to make sure you always keep a note of what you have and what you want, because you want to have an end goal. You want to have an end goal of what your build is. So I can tell you right now, my build is to take critical damage to get the Artemis cast, try to get the Poseidus damage boost on the attack, but the knockback, and then that's my goal right now. So always have a goal in mind for what you want to build from your build, and it just comes part of like just playing the game, having experience of knowing what the good things are, or just knowing your playstyle. But yeah, I digress. Gonna beat Tisiphone and go on to the next level. So you notice how I shut the cast into her now. A lot of times I haven't been shooting cast because they were just easy to clear rooms. But she's the boss, and I have the mirror upgrade that allows me to do more damage to whoever the cast is in right now. And you see how much that's helping me right now. It's helping me a lot. And I'm just melting her on top of having the critical damage. Now, between Megara, Tisiphone, and the other one, I really like having either Megara or Tisiphone because they're the easiest ones to face head on. I think Alexa, she is annoying with that saw. And I don't have a pact right now, but she's especially annoying when she's the one going against you, because it's just there's a lot of she's the most complicated one that forces you to work the hardest for the win. Again, they're kind of grunts because I mean they're like the first level bosses of Tartarus, they're pretty straightforward. But just make sure you going through it enough to know their patterns somewhat. Really just avoid them. Know when to go in and know when to go out. They all do the same burst effect where they just shoot all the projectiles around them. And a lot of times you can just keep on standing still and attacking if you don't have like a shield or you don't have the any deflect ability, and you can just make sure you just don't get spammed out by that, and you'll be fine. A couple last things. If you can ever see Ignited Iker, always get it. It's so cheap. It's 10 coins. There's no reason not to get it. Unless 10 coins meant the difference between you getting a legendary boon and like this. Just don't even bother. Always make sure you get that. And last thing is that of course I'm going to change my keepsake. because I made it past the first. I made it past Tartarus, and I already got what I want out of it. I got the Artemis boon for my special. So now I'm just going to go to the Evergreen Acorn. All right. This is my clear of Tartarus. I think it's a pretty good guide just to get through Tartarus overall. That's how I, think through it. Now I'm going to go on, and that'll be the end of this part of the video. You can see the second part of the video of how I try to approach the next level of health.